The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 is a modern classic motorcycle that was introduced in 2018. And this motorcycle holds the distinction for offering a very timeless design. And with that, you also get a very refined parallel twin 650mm, all at a very attractive price tag. And with that, this motorcycle has ruled the market for a good while with no competitor to challenge it. But now that has changed with the onset of a new motorcycle that has now entered the market. Say hello to the new BSA Gold Star. Now this motorcycle also has a British origin, also shares the same displacement of 650cc with the Interceptor, and is also very closely priced with this Royal Enfield. But there is a lot more different when it comes to how these motorcycles are to ride, how they handle, how they brake, and most importantly, the emotional quotient that is with these two machines. Now we have ridden this motorcycle in a first ride review, and you can check it out by clicking on the box over here. And before we get going, talking about the comparison of both these machines, do subscribe to Car and Bike if you haven't already, and do hit that bell notification for the latest news, reviews and updates from the world of cars and bikes from Car and Bike.
Whoever got next is fine with us, fly with us. I ain't gonna let that slide. Think you fly, huh? Me a stay wheels up, it's a ride off. Ain't no shortcut, heading to the top floors. Me and too smart to drop costs, and I got two fists, I'm a problem. Nuisance, who's with anybody not me? They losing, I'm proof that even when you down, keep it moving. The movement is never gonna stop, man.
There is ample to be told about the differences between these two motorcycles, but what they share a lot in common is their design. Both are modern classic versions of the original Royal Enfield Interceptor and the BSA Gold Star from the 1960s. The designs are close and true to their originals, complete with round headlamps, teardrop-shaped fuel tanks, bench seats, wide handlebar with minimalistic body panels, but a lot of exposed bits of the engine and cycle parts, highlighting their mechanical essence in the flesh. And that is further complemented by the good quality levels of the plastics, switchgear, painted surfaces and the chromed components. The fenders on both the bikes appear to be formed out of metal but are of plastic but good quality. In the case of the Royal Enfield, the chrome finish on the fuel tank is notably superior as reflections are sharper as compared to the BSA. Also, the Interceptor comes with an LED headlamp with its latest update, which is unfortunately not the better one compared to the conventional halogen lamp on the Goldie. As for any significant features, neither of the bikes come with any rider aids like ride modes or traction control or any Bluetooth enabled instrumentation. It is all old school here, where apart from dual channel ABS, your right wrist is your ride mode, how you modulate it is your traction control, while route directions are attained during chai stops where you can get to soak in the surroundings with the bike as the main object of the frame.
Let's talk about the ergonomics of both these machines, and we'll start with the Interceptor 650. Now my height is 5'7" and the seat height on this motorcycle is 803mm. So I'm able to astride with relatively ease, but there's a slight stretch around the torso area which is fine for me for my height, but shorter riders will mostly face a bit of a challenge to get on this motorcycle. Speaking of the riding triangle, you get a slightly forward hunker stance as the handlebar is slightly ahead, as the distance between the seat and the handlebar is a bit more. So you are forward hunkered, the seat height is 803, the foot pegs are slightly rear set. So you have a bit of an engaging stance when it comes to riding this motorcycle. But what you have to take into consideration is that the seat is kind of narrow, and also that makes the overall comfort levels a bit limited in this motorcycle. You can also opt for the touring seat, which can improve the comfort levels when you are considering longer tours with this motorcycle, but that doesn't quite, improve the comfort levels significantly. The under thigh support is pretty much non-existent on the Interceptor. Also, your knee is pretty close to the engine, so you will have the heat radiating from the motor, which will be hitting you around the knee area. Also, while you are moving the bike around, the foot pegs are very close to your shin. So to move it front and back, they do come in the way, and it causes kind of a hindrance to comfortably move this motorcycle. In the case of the Gold Star 650, this motorcycle offers a seat height of 780 mm, and I'm able to comfortably swing my leg over it, and shorter riders will also not have much issue to get on this motorcycle. Speaking of the riding triangle, the handlebar is closer to you, the foot pegs are center set, and the seat is forming a nice comfortable triangle which gives you an upright riding stance. Also, since the motor is a single cylinder unit, dimensionally it is lot slimmer compared to the Interceptor, which allows you to hug the motorcycle with your knees even better.
With that out of the way, the biggest distinction between the two bikes are the engine configurations. While the Interceptor packs a 648cc parallel twin air oil cooled mill that is capable of producing 47 bhp of max power and 52 Nm of peak torque, the Gold Star on the other hand features a 652cc single cylinder liquid cooled mill that is rated to deliver a maximum power output of 45.6 bhp and peak torque of 55 Nm. While the RE comes with a 6-speed gearbox, the BSA is equipped with a 5-speed unit. Despite the lack of one gear or slightly low power in the case of the Goldie, both bikes are potential in their own ways in terms of building speed. While the BSA has slightly stronger low end due to the higher torque, the RE is strong from the mid-range onwards till the red line.
In the case of ride and handling, both these motorcycles come with a double down tube chassis, telescopic fork at the front and twin shock absorbers at the rear. But it's the powertrain that differentiates both these machines in terms of the ride quality, performance and the overall experience. In the case of the Interceptor, the power curve starts in at 3000 RPM going to the higher range of the rev band, while in the Gold Star, it is ready at the lower end of the RPM band. So when you're riding in the city, this motorcycle feels a lot more peppier, a lot more livelier right from the get-go. Whereas for the Interceptor, it does take a second to build steam, but once it does that, it doesn't take much time to breach the 100 kph mark. That being said, both these motorcycles, considering their history, do breach the 100-mile mark comfortably, which is a top speed of 160 kmph. Now, since here you get a parallel twin motor, it is a lot more smoother, a lot more refined in terms of achieving that speed. Whereas in the case of the Gold Star, upwards of 100 kmph, there is slight vibration that you feel the handlebar, but it is not something that is intrusive or something that will rob away the experience of enjoying this motorcycle. It is something like a character of the single cylinder motor, and that, in my opinion, is quite enjoyable. Furthermore, both these motorcycles are equipped with wide spoke wheels, but in the case of the Interceptor, Royal Enfield does offer you alloy wheels, which does take care of the worry of dealing with punctures while you are out riding. Sadly, BSA isn't offering the Gold Star with the option of alloy wheels, and that could be something that the brand could consider to make your rides a lot less stressful. Speaking of tires, on the BSA, you get Pirelli Phantom Sportcom tires, which were previously offered on the Interceptor, but now you get these C8 tires. In terms of grip levels, I can definitely say that this tire, the Pirelli, is a lot better. They offer you a lot more confidence. There's a lot more cornering speed that you can carry with these. The C8s kind of do limit the amount of confidence that you can carry around corners. And that being said, it also affects the braking performance of the motorcycle. The Gold Star comes with Brembo calipers at the front, whereas for the Interceptor comes with bi-brake calipers. Not that these brakes are any bad, but it's the tires that do limit the performance of the brakes. Also, I forgot to mention is that the BSA comes with a 160 section profile at the rear, whereas for the Interceptor comes with a 130 section profile.
For the matter of fuel efficiency, both motorcycles manage to return similar figures, but the Interceptor does manage to lead here with slightly better numbers. In the city where the RE would return a mileage of around 25 kmpl, the BSA does around 23 kmpl. And out on the highway, the Interceptor registers a steady economy number in the ballpark of 33 kmpl, which the Gold Star comes in at around the 30 kmpl mark. Also, the Interceptor's fuel tank can hold a liter more compared to the Gold Star, so it has the benefit of a longer range before fuel ups. The motorcycles present here are the top variants of their respective models, and when it comes to the price tag, there is hardly any difference between them. While the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 carries a sticker price of Rs 3.31 lakh for the chrome variant here, the BSA Gold Star 650 Legacy Edition is marketed closely at Rs 3.35 lakh, both ex-showroom. Here's a quick look at the variant-wise prices of the two motorcycles in the table for easy understanding and comparison.
In the battle between these modern classics, it has indeed been a very neck and neck competition. The BSA Gold Star definitely is a very fun and an engaging motorcycle. It packs a lot of character, there's a lot of punch, and out in the city you can really be an absolute hoot on it. And it also has a distinction of packing the largest single cylinder 650cc engine, which is quite great thing for the motorcycle. And also you have to also consider that the brand recall of BSA is significantly huge. Although it's a new brand for India, but the history and the heritage of this brand is very, very big. But on the flip side, you also have to consider that BSA, although it's been sold through Java ESG dealerships, there is still a very limited network on the showrooms where you can buy a BSA Gold Star. Whereas in the case of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, yes, this motorcycle does have its niggles. It is a tad bit heavy. The ergonomics might not be the best compared to the Gold Star, but it is something about that parallel twin motor which is absolutely magical that you tend to forget everything that is not the best. All you need to do is just open the gas on that motorcycle and you forget all the flaws that are there. So if I had to choose one between these two motorcycles, I think my heart goes out to the Interceptor 650. Yeah, that's true. It's indeed very hard to select between the two bikes because this bike is very good. No doubt about it. There's a lot of emotion and character between both the motorcycles, but my heart goes to the Interceptor 650. I hope you have liked this video. If you have, do give it a like and do share it with your friends. I'm Janak Saurabh and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching Carandbike.
Okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Try to go against us, get you out the way.